The holy days of the seventh month, after leading the children of Israel out of Egypt and giving them God's laws, the Lord gave Moses instructions for special holy days. In the seventh month, God wanted his people to remember him, reflect on their lives, and prepare their hearts. On the first day of the seventh month, God commanded a Sabbath of rest, a memorial of blowing trumpets, a holy convocation. On this day, trumpets were blown to call the people together, to remind them of God's sovereignty, and to awaken their hearts. It was a time to pause, reflect, and prepare spiritually. The Feast of Trumpets marked the start of a solemn period leading up to the Day of Atonement. It was a call for repentance, self-examination, and readiness. 10 days later, on the 10th day of the month, came the Day of Atonement. This was the holiest day of the year. God instructed Moses that Aaron, the high priest, was to wash himself and put on the holy linen garments, separate from the regular priestly robes, symbolizing purity and humility. Aaron first offered a bull as a sin offering for himself and his household, acknowledging that even the high priest needed forgiveness. Then he brought 2 goats for the children of Israel. Lots were cast, one goat for the Lord, to be offered as a sin offering, and the other to be the scapegoat, to carry away the sins of the people into the wilderness. Aaron would enter the Holy of Holies, sprinkling the blood of the bull and the goat on the mercy seat and before the altar. Through this act, he made atonement for the tabernacle, the altar, and all the people. Then, laying his hands upon the live goat, he confessed over it all the iniquities, transgressions, and sins of Israel, transferring them symbolically to the goat. A fit man led the scapegoat into the wilderness, removing the sins far from the camp. God commanded that the people afflict their souls and do no work on this day. Afflicting the soul involved fasting, humility, and repentance. The Day of Atonement was a day of solemn reflection, cleansing, and reconciliation with God. Once every year, the people were reminded that forgiveness comes through God's appointed sacrifices, foreshadowing the ultimate sacrifice to come. After the Day of Atonement, the people could celebrate the Feast of Tabernacles, starting the 15th day, dwelling in booths and rejoicing in God's provision and faithfulness during their journey in the wilderness. Together, these holy days formed a pattern. Trumpets called to reflection, atonement brought cleansing, and tabernacles celebrated God's provision. Through these appointed times, the children of Israel were reminded to live in constant awareness of God, their sins, and His mercy. They learned the importance of repentance, holiness, and trust in God's promises. Today, we've learned about the Day of Atonement, a holy day when God provided a way for His people to be forgiven and made clean. Just as the high priest brought atonement for Israel, God's mercy is available to each of us when we come to Him with a humble heart. This day reminds us that we all need forgiveness and a fresh start. Take a moment to reflect on your own life, confess your wrongs, and turn back to God. Remember, He is faithful and His love and mercy are always ready to cleanse and restore. As Leviticus 16 teaches, God is holy, but He provides a way for us to be made right with Him. Let us never forget His faithfulness. And just as the Israelites rejoiced after being cleansed, we too can live in the joy and freedom that comes from God's forgiveness.